For 1,000 years, Europe descended into chaos, yet the age we call dark hides stories far brighter, stranger, and more unsettling than anything you learned in school. And today we're pulling back the veil on the forgotten era that shaped the modern world in ways nobody talks about. So get ready, because what you're about to hear will completely rewrite your idea of medieval Europe. Welcome to the channel. I'm Tory, and today we travel into the shadows and secrets of the early Middle Ages, a time far more complex than the usual textbook gloom. So settle in as we begin our journey. After centuries of dominating the Mediterranean world, the Roman Empire collapsed not with a single earthquake-like event, but through a long unraveling in which economic strain, political infighting, and waves of migrating peoples slowly eroded the structure that once held Europe together. And as roads crumbled, trade networks vanished, and literacy declined outside church circles, ordinary citizens suddenly found themselves living in a world where no one was entirely sure who was in charge anymore, creating a sense of profound instability that would echo for generations. And this is where our so-called Dark Ages truly began. Yet despite the fear and fragmentation, this period was also filled with adaptation as new kingdoms emerged from the ruins, preserving fragments of Roman law, architecture, and culture. Meaning the fall of Rome was not so much the end of civilization as the start of a messy and unpredictable transition that would redefine Europe's identity. Once the empire fell, most people lived in small rural communities where survival depended on cooperation rather than imperial bureaucracy. And while historians once painted this era as bleak and miserable, daily life was actually a mix of hardship and surprising resilience as families farmed, shared tools, celebrated seasonal festivals, and relied on elders who remembered how things used to be, creating a culture that valued tradition above all else. People lived close to the rhythms of the earth, with long winters forcing careful planning and summers filled with labor. And although few could read or write, oral storytelling, religious rituals, and communal gatherings gave structure and meaning to their world, proving that even in times that appear dark to us, people found ways to build lives worth living. As secular institutions weakened, the Christian Church became Europe's most stable force, and monasteries rose as islands of literacy where monks preserved ancient texts by hand, sometimes taking lifetimes to copy a single book. An act that unintentionally saved much of classical knowledge for future generations. And without these scribes, countless works of philosophy, science, and history might have vanished forever. Monasteries also served as hospitals, schools, libraries, and centers of innovation where new agricultural methods, architectural designs, and even brewing techniques were refined, proving that even during times of turmoil, knowledge not only survived but evolved. And the seeds of Europe's future were quietly being planted in candlelit rooms lined with scrolls and ink-stained desks. When Viking longships appeared on Europe's coastlines, they brought fear, fire, and upheaval. Yet beyond the dramatic raids lies a deeper story in which Scandinavian explorers, traders, and settlers reshaped the political and economic landscape, turning isolated villages into fortified towns and forcing rulers to strengthen alliances, taxation systems, and defenses, ultimately accelerating Europe's recovery from fragmentation. Though known for violence, Vikings also brought new trade networks, craftsmanship, and cultural exchange, blending Norse traditions with local customs. And through this mixture of conflict and contact, medieval Europe gradually emerged as a more connected and dynamic world, proving that invasion can sometimes be a catalyst for unexpected growth. To survive constant threats, medieval rulers developed a system where land was exchanged for loyalty, creating a patchwork of lords, vassals, knights, and peasants all tied together by oaths rather than laws, resulting in a world where a king might theoretically rule a kingdom, but practically command only the loyalty of those who personally swore allegiance to him. This decentralized power structure made the era feel unstable, but also allowed local innovation in warfare, agriculture, and governance. And although peasants lived hard lives under heavy obligations, they were not passive victims but active participants in the shaping of their communities. Negotiating rights, resisting abuses, and maintaining the rhythms of daily life despite the unpredictable politics above them. While kings and knights dominate popular imagination, the real story of medieval Europe is written in the fields where farmers toiled from dawn to dusk, where women managed households, gardens, children, and livestock, and where seasons dictated survival more than politics ever did. And though life lacked our modern comforts, it was filled with customs, songs, celebrations, and stories that gave people a sense of identity and belonging. Meals were simple yet communal, built around bread, grains, vegetables, and occasional meat. And families worked together to prepare for winter, mend tools, preserve food, and raise children who grew up quickly in a world that demanded discipline and cooperation. Painting a picture not of darkness, but of endurance, tradition, and deeply rooted community bonds. When the Black Death swept across Europe in the mid-14th century, it killed as much as half the population in some regions, creating a trauma so widespread that entire villages vanished, labor became scarce, and the old feudal order began to crack under the pressure of sudden social change. As peasants demanded better conditions, wages, and mobility, reshaping society in ways few rulers could control. Yet out of this catastrophe came unexpected transformation, as surviving workers gained new leverage. New ideas spread faster in societies forced to rethink everything they believed about faith, medicine, and authority. And this upheaval set in motion cultural and economic shifts that would eventually open the door to the Renaissance, meaning that the darkest moment of the Middle Ages also helped spark one of Europe's brightest periods. We often imagine medieval Europe as a time of constant ignorance, filth, and superstition, but this picture was exaggerated by later historians who wanted to glorify the Renaissance by contrasting it with a highly distorted past. And the truth is that medieval people valued hygiene, practiced medicine based on the best knowledge available, and developed technologies like the heavy plow, the windmill, and improved ship designs that transformed productivity. Rather than a millennium of stagnation, the Middle Ages were full of experimentation, adaptation, and creativity, proving that the darkness came not from a lack of intelligence, but from the chaos left behind by the fall of Rome and the struggles of rebuilding. Meaning, our popular image of the period tells us more about later propaganda than about the people who actually lived through it. By the 12th and 13th centuries, Europe saw a revival of learning as universities appeared in cities like Paris, Bologna, and Oxford, drawing students who debated philosophy, law, and science, while rediscovering classical works preserved earlier by Islamic scholars and Christian monks, creating a surge of intellectual energy that would overturn long-held assumptions and push Europe toward a more rational and analytical worldview. As trade expanded and cities grew, new wealth supported artists, architects, and scholars who blended ancient wisdom with medieval innovation, creating the foundations of the Renaissance, and showing how the so-called Dark Ages were actually a bridge between worlds rather than a void of ignorance. The Middle Ages were not a simple story of darkness or decline, but a long, uneven journey through collapse, reinvention, invasion, survival, recovery, and rebirth. And when we strip away the myths, we discover an era filled with people who adapted to chaos with remarkable creativity and persistence, building the foundations of modern nations languages, laws, and cultural identities that still shape our world today. If we call this age dark, it is only because we have not looked closely enough. And perhaps the real darkness lies in how often we underestimate the past. So as we end our journey, I invite you to remember that history is never as simple as legend makes it, and that every age carries hidden brilliance if we choose to look for it. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow history lovers, because your support helps keep stories like these alive. Until next time, I'm Tory, and thanks for watching.